Hi everybody, Elizabeth here with Petals and Parchment. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. This is week 16 of the Reflective Rolodex challenge. This is a challenge where we focus on mindfulness and gratitude and our art practice each week. Before we get started, let's go ahead and light our candles. This is just a nice practice I do each week to set a nice mood for myself. If you've been here before, you know that before we get started, I like to take a few minutes to take a few deep breaths and center ourselves before we begin our art practice. So if you'd like to join me and take a few deep breaths, I would welcome you to close your eyes if you feel comfortable. And try not to let anything distract you. Remember, you're here to create, and this time is just for you. Take a big deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Let go of any tension you may be holding in your jaw or in your shoulders. Release your hands if you're holding a fist. Take another deep breath in. Try to relax your body and be here now. Let your heart guide you as you indulge in a little self-care today. Take a big deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Try to calm your mind from any chatter and bring your focus back to your breath. Take one more big breath in. Think of something that you're grateful for and exhale. Smile if you feel open to it. And when you're ready, open your eyes. And let's begin. Okay, so this week is expression through art. You can go ahead and take a look at the journaling prompts and see if there's anything in any of the weeks really that resonate with you that you'd like to perhaps journal about or just sit and contemplate for a few minutes. I'm going to talk about color your mood. It says, if your emotions had color today, what would they be and why? I've had like a really crazy, busy, kind of stressful week, and nothing terribly earth-shattering has happened, but everything feels really heavy and overwhelming, and because of that, I would say my emotions color today would probably be brown. It feels very muddled and confusing and overwhelming, but I'm trying to push through it. I think that what I'm trying to do as I'm getting older is recognize the emotions that I'm having and sort of look at them with curiosity instead of letting them overwhelm me, and just sort of sitting with the feelings even if they're really uncomfortable. So that's what I've been trying to focus on the later part of this week, when I realized that everything was sort of feeling out of control and just really heavy, deep feelings. I just tried to sit with them until they passed, and they do. And then when they come up again, I try to just observe them as if they're separate from me and not really feeling them in the same way that I'm used to, which is kind of, I think, a really big step up for me. So yeah, so that's just kind of what I've been working on. I do feel a lot better today than I have the past week. So that's great. It's always looking up. Nothing is permanent. Everything is temporary, right? So that's just kind of some of the stuff that I've been dealing with and some of the ways that I've been choosing to try to work through those things. And so I would encourage you, like, how are you feeling? Check in with yourself. And I would encourage you, if you've not tried it before, to consider treating your emotions like they are separate from you and sitting with them like I discussed. So be curious about ourselves and why we feel a certain way at any particular time, and then allow ourselves to feel those things and then move on and not be completely ruled by our emotions. I think that's a big step for me. I've been a pretty emotional, feeling, empathetic person my entire life, and so sort of like teaching myself to take a step back from that for health reasons is really working for me the last couple weeks. So give it a try. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so today's art practice was inspired by Schlemmer.art, and I saw this on a reel and I just had to try it. I'm really excited. Here I've got some watercolors, foam round brushes, and then just because I want a few different size dots, I've got this sort of foam peg brush. And then if you don't have those, I know you could definitely use Q-tips, or if you have like a foam sponge or something like that, you could definitely use that. So let's see, this is Cerulean Blue Chromium. This is a Daniel Smith watercolor, and this is a Winsor Newton Turquoise. This is Winsor Newton Manganese Blue Hue. And I'm working in blues this month because of April showers. These watercolors are incredible because the tiniest little bit goes such a long way. I'll probably never use all of these in my lifetime. And then this little spot will dry on the palette, and then you just keep coming back and re-wetting it for infinity because it spreads so far. You'll see in a moment. Okay, so I've got a little dot of the paint colors here, and I've got the brushes that I want to use. And first things first, I'm going to wet my card with this spray bottle of water. I've also got some clean water here that I can just rinse the brushes off with if I need to. And then I've got some rock salt. I know that you're supposed to wet both sides of the card so that it stays flat for you while you're working on it. Okay, and then I'm just going to also activate my watercolors here, and let's see what happens. I'm just gonna grab a little bit of each color. I think there might be a more noticeable difference if I was using different colors. Since they're all blue, they're just kind of mixing together. Okay, I'm just gonna try the Q-tip here just to see if I can get an even smaller dot. That worked pretty nicely, and my color's sort of all bleeding there, but that's okay, it still looks pretty. And then I'm just going to take a little bit of salt and kind of sprinkle that on top and just see what happens. Whoa, that looks really cool. You can see that it sort of reminds me of creme brulee. If you've ever had that in a restaurant before. Okay, I'm gonna clean up all the water and then dry this card, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what the background turned out like. There's some pretty neat details in the individual circles, and it did spread out a little bit, but that's okay, I like it. I think it looks pretty cool. And then I was thinking, just because I wanted to play a little bit more with something that I've never tried before, I have this turquoise acrylic ink, so just to get a little bit of, I don't know, something else on there, I'm going to try to use this. Okay, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm going to dry that one more time. Okay, this is mostly dry, and then here's what it looks like so far. And then I'm just going to take some of this gold, Artist Loft gold ore, and just go around the edge really quickly. I was going to use blue ink, but then I thought, why not channel my inner Sophie and put some gold on it? Get it to stand out a little bit. I just love the effect this has, and I never do it. So thank you for the inspiration, Sophie. Hey, halfway done. Oh yeah, I think that looks really great. I think I'll go a little bit heavier on this side because I want it to sort of match the other side. I'm trying to remember to like talk about my decisions more. Probably want to know why I've made a decision like I have. The reason I did this was because I didn't want just blue. I wanted something kind of different, and I've never done this before, and I think it looks really wonderful. So there's that. And then I've just selected a piece of sari silk that's blue and it's really tatty. I just love putting textiles in my work, and so I'll probably put one right there. And then I selected a focal point from the kit, and I really love this paint splattered dancing woman. She just seems so carefree and beautiful to me. I did super fussy cut her out, and it's a shame because she had all of these amazing drips from her hair and her skirt, but I wanted to be able to see more of my card behind there, so that was sort of the thought process behind that. And then my sentiment that I've chose, make a beautiful mess. So I'm just gonna get all this stuck down, and I think that looks pretty great. I'm just using art glitter glue. I heard good things about it, so I tried it out and I really like it. It does stick very quickly, so you don't have much time for wiggle room. Make sure you know where you want everything. Really nice glue to try out if you haven't. And the name is misleading. There's no glitter in it. It's just called art glitter glue. I always wondered that. And finally, I'm going to stick down my sentiment here and we'll be all done. Okay. So here's my card for week 16. I hope you enjoyed joining me today for this fun little art practice, and let me see what you make with your card in the Facebook group. Remember to share your cards with the hashtag Reflective Rolodex 2025, and at the end of the year I'm going to be giving away a really spectacular prize, so you don't want to miss that. Every time you post a card and use the hashtag, that's an opportunity to win the prize. Okay everybody, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!